Yo, 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 yo. What's up? My name is Lowell. You are cool. Thanks for hanging. I did the legwork for that, but Veek ended up trimming the fat, making it just a little bit more reasonable. You actually. What's up, Kian? Not exactly up at 7 in the morning today, I see. Or at least you weren't here. Or at least if you were here, you didn't say anything. But you are here now. Well. This very, very silly AI that I've been working on has seen yet another update. I haven't shipped it yet, but I've been testing the defensibility. The problem that I see so far, I think I've resolved most of the defensibility parts that are like just in general, oh, they're under attack. Because I added checks for if their drones, probes, SCVs, or overlords were under attack. I guess I should probably remove the overlord part because, you know, you could just walk them up by attacking an overlord that's like halfway across the map. So that's probably the one thing that I would want to remove now. But at least now they'll respond if their drones are under attack in addition to their buildings. So that was something that I put together. But outside of that, not a whole lot has changed. I did add a few more functions that I would like to streamline at some point, so it's kind of scrap cobble right now. It's just like, there's just shit everywhere. I added a whole bunch of different things. I think it's pretty clear that the system that I was using to slow down requests, depending on how many production structures had been lost, I already knew that was like a very basic, bare bones, probably ineffective strategy for slowing down the requests, because especially in the early game or something, like if you lose a factory, you need to, like, you're probably dead anyway, but that means you need to send every bit of money you have into getting more defenders. And so, like, it's too static of a system. So I think it's pretty clear we're going to just remove that system entirely and work with what we got here. We have a thread for making them wait for workers and a thread for making them wait for upgrades, which I'll probably just repurpose into the general one because it's fairly solid, I think. We can use that for preparing attacks and for some other... Well, I guess attacks can be over here. You could say, like, bar exact weight, attack 013. Wait for them to not be under attack. Because in this case, like, I guess we could do something like, I don't know. We're structuring it in a kind of weird, confusing manner, but I feel like that'll be a fine way to go that way. So that should somewhat improve like the logic of the AI. Like, oh, I'm under attack. I should not attack with like 3 Marines that might help me defend. Eventually, obviously, we'll also add like when we get that attack jump command, we're also going to in like the wait attack. Well, it won't be in that particular thread, but at some point you'll have a thread that's like. Every time they attack, they also, like, before they commence the attack, they wait for a certain amount of supplies worth of units. And so, like, that could be in the early game, that'll probably be, like, 10 supply or something. It's not going to be very, considerable, but it would still stop them from attacking with, like, 3 Marines. But yeah, one thing I have noticed is that even the Terrans have a pretty shit time in general. I've been watching the Protoss absolutely destroy people because they just walk into their base with 2 zealots at the beginning of the game with the particular personality they had. So in that one case, it was like, oh, we got some problems. But yeah, let me carry over the way to text stuff. Put that in there. So yeah, the other thing that I have to do now is at some point I have to go through the thing that requests text structures and add the same block, basically. So like in theory, they have all of this stuff already. They have some safety checks, but they don't have a check for are we under attack or whatever, so... I also don't know that we need them to check if they're under attack for all of these things, but for like a barracks or something like that, they probably should. I should also... I should let Iquare know about the whole player mode. So Iquare refactored a few things about the AI, but most notably, he should have fixed the issue where they stack structures on top of each other. I think there's going to still be that issue with the Terran structures lifting off. It's something that was not really looked into. Also skip this one. Bye. Okay, just add this now. So yeah, we're still testing AI placement, seeing if we see any other strange issues, but overall it's been pretty good. I tested this map earlier. Obviously it has 5 players. Didn't see any problems that were related to that. Should be interesting. Should be able to see what's going on here. One thing I also have noticed is that it seems very difficult for the AI to build units, like combat units, just to have a standing army in case they get attacked, or in preparation, like before an attack actually happens. I thought that we had the ability to get that done by virtue of the default min being greater than 0, and it is greater than 0 in all these scripts, as you can see here. Oh. Might help if we... hold on. I did forget. a dummy move. Forgot to calculate. That might have actually been why there was so few recently, but oops. The 2 racks. See what this AI does with its 2 racks. I think this is a general personality. It could be factory. 9 pool? Not really 9. I guess it's it. They might have had their 9th thrown. But yeah. There is something else I can do if I realize, if by testing this I reveal that there are still issues associated with that. With the AI building a standing army. And one of those issues, or one of those resolutions, can be to reduce the weight between, in the variable thing where it checks for if they're under attack or not. So in the defense, basically this here I can decrease it from 20 seconds to like 15 or 10, so that it happens more frequently. If that still doesn't work enough for my liking, like in this case they should have a zealot or something, right? So like it's already not really working for my liking. At least here we've got 2 Marines, but I think that's because they are, oh no, they don't have an attack. They just decided to train them. So this would be the ideal scenario, except they should have that more frequently, right? Like maybe the Zerg, okay, maybe they shouldn't build Zerglings every single time, but I think in this case if they have a spawning pool they probably should. Like, okay, yeah, here we got a couple of chuckle fucks, right? This player has less barracks. He's got 1 less barracks, and he's still got more Marines. You know what I mean? Obviously, the Zerg have fucking nothing. Now we got gateways flashing. I don't know if that's because they have an attack. No, it doesn't look like it. So yeah, this sort of thing to me is like, okay, what we need here is we need to encourage the AI to spend its money more on units at least in the early stages of the game. There is an AI opcode that tells the AI to guard everything that it owns. And I think this also raises, it does something with the regions as well. I don't remember exactly what. But I'm thinking that might further encourage them to say, hey, we need defense here. It's almost like it's like turning on the defense request or whatever. But first I'll experiment with reducing the delay. So we'll say, like, instead of every 20 seconds, it can be, we'll actually go harder than I thought initially. We'll say 10. I was going to go down to 15. But we'll try 10 instead and see if there's any significant improvement in that. And if maybe they spend too much money in the early game on men that they then don't use. But I feel like there's not, it's better to overcorrect in this case than undercorrect. Not that it really matters. We're going to be doing more unit testing as time goes on, but like, okay, here we got some Zerglings finally. You know, I don't know if that's because so they built the Zerg finally built Zerglings, but only because they were given an attack. Also, this is an epic command center placement, just so you guys know. Here we got 2 Zerglings running off as well. They're going to go meet in the middle of the map, I guess. Oh, hot. Swing back and forth. Swing. Uh-oh, you might be in trouble. You might have to... Oh, never mind. He's going to do something else. Aha. Spies. Now this map is a fucking map. There's a lot of potential for proxying. I also wonder if for Protoss it would make sense to give them like transports off so that at the beginning they don't request the fucking observers all the time. maybe I can do that for all of them, and we can do something like... Because I think I do call check transports once they have overload capacity. For Protoss, I don't call it at all. For Terran, I don't call it. Okay. So that means that the big problem is I don't want to put it into a position where they wouldn't use transports if they had them. And that's kind of where I'm thinking this might end up going. So I guess we could do something like... That would be that. We can basically do the same thing in the Terran script. Let me just see. And then... oh, maybe we just do this. I think that makes more sense. So here we would just do brain jump 13 at least weight 1, control tower, physics lab, drop ship. Okay, so maybe that will provide a little bit of an improvement. I like when the bunker stuff works out here. This is a pretty good. This is almost like a human player, except obviously they're in the wrong spot. Whatever. Check for stacking. Check for stacking. See if we got any Mongols. Any Mongolizers happening? Okay, red seems to be demongoled. Blue somehow is losing. He's Protoss, so he should immediately win just by default, but I also don't see any stacking. I saw a fucking drone die over there, and for a second I thought there was a warp anchor, like some structure was working in there. I was like, oh, we got some stacking on it. Some fucking terrain stacks. I like how orange is barely even upgraded. It's okay. Aha! Now you only have Zerglings. Well, now you only have Vorvalings, but they got Hierophants. You and you're fucked. Pretty epic. Ah! Bully him! Bully that overlord! Reenactment over there. No, orange is waiting for money to expand. Did he do it? He did it. Still on 2 bases. Something Folka mentioned in the Hydra channel at some point was he wanted to see Zerg expand more often. I think the only thing that I did for the expansions here I think the only thing I did here was increase the number of expansions Zerg could have. Because that is pretty dumb that it's just a wait. I'll at least make it so that they, I'll at least make it so that they check for whether or not they're under attack and whether or not they have a lot of fucking money. That's the only thing. Should have gotten the upgrade, idiot. He might actually have it. Dude, holy moly. Teal is slacking on upgrades. Oh, okay, never mind. I think he just finished Carapace. Hi. What a bully. Oh! Oh! Hi. Oh! Oh! Hi. I do enjoy seeing the Vorvelings do their work. Hi. And hi. Alright, blue's rebuilt. I still don't see any stacking, any strange behavior. I definitely need to oh, here's a prism. Oh, I thought that was stacking for a second. But that's fine to me. It's an armory, not a factory. Well, we got Tism, but that doesn't count as stacking. Maybe brain stacking. Oh yeah, wait till you guys see. Oh, somebody did it already. So for some reason they don't like building over here, even though it's possible. As you can see. Bye. Monkey see, monkey do, you know what I mean? Anyway, we do seem to at least have some pretty large numbers of men. Nice bunker placement. Yeah, that's exactly what we need. Oh, fuck. Forgot I did anything about that. Not like it matters then. Yeah, I guess this map probably wasn't actually ready to be played. But whatever. We've done it. Oh, we got a pretty good amount of hatcheries. We have a worker who seems to be stuck over here. Oh, there we go. He was like, oh, I've been spotted. I don't know, maybe he was just stuck trying to build something. I love that defiler mount placement. I mean, it's not like you have one back over there anyway. Dude, the player need command is, I feel like it's even more bugged than it used to be. Like, it used to be way less ridiculous, but whatever. Hatchery over there, reasonable. A large number of units spinning over here. I don't know where they're going. They're going to pick up their upgrades from the hive. You know how it is. Protoss seems to be content doing nothing. This is epic. I mean, clearly they have requests. I don't know why. I guess they satisfied all of these ones. They've got a lot of money too, so something is busted with these guys. I wish I could see the variables that they had. attacking them will poke them into wanting to retaliate. It's the first time I've seen the AI just not attack. I am seeing a large number of men spin around the map. Oh, we do have some stack. Unfortunate. I thought for sure we were in the clear there. I am pretty disappointed that Blue somehow decided to fuck off. I didn't like that. So there's no way to escape the attack thread. So what must have happened is that maybe in weight attack, the latest weight attack change must have screwed something up. So I'm thinking there's no reason for the under attack variable to not be set to 0 when nobody is attacking them. So. Dude, imagine one raid surviving against 4 Hydras for that one. So now, suddenly, all of their production structures are going, we need to defend. Which is about what you would expect. Seems like the Zerg here are the only ones who are doing anything. These guys are just reacting. I haven't seen the Terrans go on the offensive in quite a while. Yeah, I still don't see any. I see the Zerg have attacks live. Right? The other guys are playing a pacifist role for whatever reason. I don't know what's happening. I still don't know why they're spitting back over here. What purpose would this serve? Like, they must be, like, cycling defense or something. They're like, oh, let's defend real quick. So yeah, I'm thinking that the change to put the exactly weight change over here to my left, to the left of the Starcraft instance, that must have something to do with this. Though I'm not sure why it's not working for, like, it's not also disabling it for Zerg. Maybe because they never were under attack? I don't know. I guess in this case, we should do this. But even that's not really a failsafe. It's more like, nice carnage. Hi. We have a piss line of Hydras spinning into you. Yeah, I think for sure the change to make it so that the AI quote-unquote defends more often or whatever, that has some effect here. What a disaster. What a Connor. Where are they going? Oh, they're chasing the barracks. Ma hoo-ha. Wow. I can't believe that, just every now and then you get reminded of some real insane stuff that has happened in your lifetime. Hi. I will say that upgrades seem to be a bit more reasonable than they were before. There were a few tests where I saw Terrans just not get any upgrades for infantry. I made some tweaks, and they're at least doing that. Like this, I believe, is the mech-focused build. It's kind of hard to tell, but I'm assuming so based on the factories. Dude, this man is lost. He's found himself in the wrong fucking neck of the woods. But yeah. Oh, you say I have a lot of money. No gas, but a lot of money. Many minerals. All I can think of here is that for some reason the under attack variable is not being set. And all that under attack all that happens with under attack is like if my buildings and probes are not being attacked, like this waits until the statement my buildings and probes are under attack is false. Which is true. Like that is false right now, right? It's not under attack. And yet here we are. That fucking pranked me for a moment. Hi. I'm here to bully you. Oh. No. What's up, Dark Zero Warrior? Welcome. Collateral. Hi. What is happening over here? SCV's fighting, by the way. What a mess. I made eggs earlier. Now I'm here trying to figure out what exactly is happening. Alright, so we'll remove that. We'll reset the weight attack stuff anyway. Pretty sure that it's something to do with it. But my melee AI is coming along nicely, generally speaking. We are seeing some strange issues now and again. Mostly it's us still fighting the limitations of the game more than anything. Should be okay now. I am just wondering why the system didn't work. Oh, wait. I actually do know why. It had nothing to do with that. It's because I copy and pasted this, and I didn't change drone to probe. God damn it. Try that one again. I was like, man, that's really confusing. Alright, we got it. So that was just a dunderhead move right there. All right, now we try this. Yeah, it's just that it usually requires me to take a very long time before it happens. I will freeze on this snapshot of the Protoss space while I use the bathroom, and then when I get back, we're going to figure out if I figured stuff out correctly. So stay tuned. Well, when you come back and you see a screen full of errors, there's something wrong here. What do we got here exactly? Incorrect jump string. Oh, I probably reset it to the earlier one. We're looking to wait. That's another dummy move. Wait. Oh no, it's only for Zerg. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, we'll try that one again. Yeah, it was just me, I was trying out an experimental change in the Zerg script, and then I meant to revert it, but forgot. That's what happens when you really have to use the bathroom. You're just like, oh. Fight or flight. In this case, error or not. Alright, let's try that again. Speed up a little bit. Got some of this. Got some of that. If I see gas first, I immediately assume that's an an air Terran. Meanwhile, this looks like a general or a mech. Can't tell. We got a 9 pool. We got another 9 pool. So we got 2 swarms? Is that real? Maybe one of them is general because the gas is a little early on one versus the other. So this could be like pool into hatch versus Pool Extractor. I think Pool Extractor is Swarm. That's them really going at it. Trying to get the early advantage. Barracks Engineering Base, probably General. I'm not sure. Yeah, Armory. Starport first. Yeah, thanks. I do really like that Terrans are able to do this in the first place, where they can just build an armory straight up. This is such a glass cannon fucking build, too. You ever go up against an AI like this in Melee and you don't scout them, they will get a pretty big advantage and you'll probably die. But if you do scout them, they probably die, because look how late their barracks is. Their barracks was 2.3 minutes into the game. Almost 2.5 minutes into the game, you start your barracks. It's like, what are you doing? So this guy could just get destroyed by a single Zealot, which is coming his way, it looks like. No, this is the Starport personality. This is the air personality. He's going to drop a second one now. So the way that this personality works is basically the fact that Terrans can... The tech requirements for Terrans have been changed more heavily than any other race. So the armory requires a command center, not a barracks, not a factory. Starports and factories require armories. Science vessels require armories, or science facilities require armories. Excuse me, as well. So what you end up getting out of this is, like, this guy goes like bio. His barracks finishes before his starports do, so he'll have a few Marines out. It's modeled after a build that I myself tried to get with these changes. I tried to get it down to the point where I could get like control tower, 2 starport, +1 ship weapons, with a barracks full and a bunker full of Marines or something to hold out. I didn't try to expand on the back of it. That's AI adaptation in this case. That's like me messing around with what's possible. But yeah, the fact that like you can do stuff like that, I think is pretty cool. So we'll see how it goes. Meanwhile, the Protoss have 3 Zealots in the Teal Zerg base. No, yeah, the armory is free to grab from the beginning of the game if you have the money. Well, I hope I see a lot of Zerglings in this AI's future. I like how that Dragoon just doesn't give a fuck about the sunken colony. That might end up being crucial later on. Zerglings, please. Please give me some Zerglings. I fucking hope so. I might have to add a wait to delay between the under attack variable being set, because it is pretty quick right now. Oh. Aha! Unfortunately, you ran into a photon cannon like an idiot. But yeah, that's the Wraith push right there, man. Meanwhile, I just see dead drones everywhere. I'm really not sure why the AI just refused to build anything but drones. Oh, there's a Hydra. That's something. Zealots are running around the fucking rosy. Pick off what they can. You basically just need Sunkens against Protoss. There's not really much that you can do with your units by comparison. Meanwhile, I don't know what the fuck Purple's doing, but he's spinning. Fast +1 armor means that he is either mech or general. And by the looks of things, I would say general, but I'm not sure. Nice command center placement. Well, in this case, the mistakes are based on my script, so I made mistakes. But in this particular case, I'm actually not sure what is stopping the AI from... Oh, they have a fast +1 too on the Protoss. Yeah, this is like a pretty vicious timing attack. If you don't have enough Sunkens, you're basically fucked. But it still could have ended differently. Like, they could have... obviously, a big thing that AI does not have that human players will benefit from. Holy shit, they have Zealot legs already too. A big thing there is they do not have the capacity to micro, at least right now. Right? Wow, nice focus. So they won't focus weakened units like you see here. If they do, it's like just an accident. They won't, yeah, they just in general, they won't use their workers to help repel attacks. So we do need to get them to do that stuff. That would definitely make them a bit more pernicious. Lasts a bit longer there. Spin. I don't think so, Kian, because 3 Zealots will utterly annihilate any amount of Zerglings. Like, the only way that it would have worked out in the AI's favor, in the Zerg AI's favor, is if the Protoss AI focused the colony while the Zerglings were there to DPS. But the Zerglings, like in this case, they're focusing the colony, so these Zealots will actually fail to seal the deal here. But in most cases, that's not what happens. In most cases, if there are units, those units get focused first because they like attack the units first, right? So again, like in a world where the AI could micro as well, yes, having Zerglings there would help. In the current build, like a what would you call it? The way that I can describe it is like you basically need the AI to adapt to what it's currently what is currently possible for it. And so right now, since it's limited on micro capacity, you would need it to build more Sunkens, basically. Like that's how it will benefit from that's how it could survive currently. But if we set our sights further on to the point where we can add ways for it to kite or ways for it to just behave more reasonably, then yeah, you could definitely see different behaviors. You could see all sorts of different things. And then it wouldn't make as much sense to get Sunkens because the opportunity cost, well, the opportunity gains of building sunken colonies when you could have more Zerglings that could be aggressive as well as defensive or something like that. That's why professionals don't do that, obviously. So, like professionals, you don't see them building Sunkens all over the place. Dude, this drone really wants to build something here, but it keeps getting demonetized. Now, at the very least, the Zerg were able to stay alive for now. So we'll see what happens. But, yeah, that's exactly where that Nexus goes, buddy. Jesus Christ. Jeepers creepers. Almost killed the Dragoon. Yes, repair the bunker with nobody in it. This is another thing, is like, if there are bunkers nearby, you should probably be loading your infantry into them. Alright, Ultralisk's worst nightmare has come to pass. The AI has a fleet of Wraiths. It could be over. They are +2 weapon upgraded. I don't see a spinning armory anywhere. I see 2 idle armories. So there's no other upgrades coming anytime soon. Unfortunately. Oh, don't bully Teal. He's already suffered enough. Well, yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, if you're tunneling all of your efforts onto that one thing, then yeah, it's super easy. What the fuck? That was the opposite of an irradiate split. They all ran into the same territory. What a disaster. And yes, I agree. I mean, I'm not disputing the idea that they should definitely have more units just lying around. I don't actually know why the Zerg specifically refused to do that. I don't know what the reason for that could be. Like, even in this case, they're building drones more than they're doing anything, even though their drones and stuff are under attack. So I think in order for this sort of thing to be, like, we should set, like, have a 10-second delay before the under attack thing can go off. That would make sense to me. Maybe in the defense, the time during the defense building should be increased to 15 seconds instead of 10 seconds. Maybe. As like, that can be one thing that we try. With any luck, that will lead to more defenders being there. Because really, the Zerg players are disproportionately reactionary, insofar as what you end up seeing with them is a nice probe. You see a lot of bullied. You see, like, they have a lot of larvae if they have enough economy for a large number of hatcheries. Then they get attacked and they use all that larva. And you're like, oh, okay, they actually have units. But if they don't have a lot of larvae already idle, then they will not be able to build that many defenders and it'll just be a trickle. If that ends up being the case, then what we end up seeing is something like what happened to Teal. I still think the change that I just made to the system, which delays the production of, or it delays the variable. What the fuck? What is happening over here, man? What are you doing? Now I've seen it all. Nice. I guess he didn't feel like building an add-on over there for whatever reason. Got some drops. Pretty epic. Parasited. I think the change that I just made anyway will be beneficial for this sort of thing. Dude, the Wraiths are on a hunting patrol. They're looking for some Zerglings. Oh, this is rude. I guess the other blind spot of the defense, whatever it's called, like the under attack variable being set, is there is no way for me to say, there's no way for me to detect when a unit that is acting as a guard is under attack or acting as a defense unit, like a defensive military. There's no way for me to detect that. And because there's no way for me to detect that, I will pretty much always have a situation where, in theory, it makes sense that, oh, I should only be checking for my buildings and other stuff. But in practice, if a unit is under attack and that unit is in the source player's base and that sort of thing, holy shit, this AI might be dead. They have so much shit, but of course they're using none of it. Dude, what the fuck? Stop, my brain hurts. Oh yeah, that's excellent. Anyway, if a defender is under attack, that should be code for, hey, we need more defenders in theory. So Archon just suicided somehow. There should probably also be more specific responses of like, oh shit, hallucinatory zealots. Oh, they don't have ephemeral blades yet, it's fine. I do like the occasional hallucination cast. Always pretty epic. Ah, this is rude. I think this is illegal. They're waiting for their time to strike. But I don't know when that time will be because I'm pretty sure those units are just bugged or something. sudden movements. Hi. Uh-oh, more wraiths. Three, 1. I've never seen that upgrade combo before. What the fuck is this AI doing? Uh-oh. More Dark Templar. Loose in the base. Dude, what? What is he doing? Oh, fuck that bunker! Mm! We are getting into that psychotic big game hunters territory where you see the all the AI just absolutely spazzing out, and you know having like tiny skirmishes all over the place. Uh-oh, Dark Swarm. If only you moved your units underneath it. Yummy. Seeing AI use consume is pretty epic. I was not expecting that. Dude, what? Move your overlords up. What's wrong with you? It's like the AI picks an overlord that's halfway across the map and says, "You, go over here," instead of picking the closest one. I thought they were scanner sweeping the Zerg units, but then I remember there's fucking close raids right here. Ugh. Oh, I was a little late on the draw there. This is an army worth fearing, even if it's only got one fucking vehicle weapon upgrade. Oh, I have noticed this too, where they'll just ignore burning buildings sometimes. I'm not sure what's up with that. Okay. Oh! Back up. Oh. Dude, what is happening? What is he doing? He's playing hopscotch with his fucking starport. For just no reason, of course. Dude, this is a phalanx, dude. It's not losing HP because it's not critically damaged. It's only at half. You have to be 33% damaged or more to burn down as a turn building. Yeah, fuck that SCV in particular. Nice. Oh shit. Hi. I don't know how they're casting Defense Matrix on this stuff when they don't have Azazels. That's very confusing to me. Danger, danger. Oof. Uh-oh. Meanwhile, I like how their fearsome army was just picked apart left, right, and center. Meanwhile, Connor. Hey, what's going on, you guys? Not interested? Is that Starport still hopscotching? Did it ever find a home? It might have. Oh, they've got +2 vehicle weapon. That's it. Plague. Oh, Ministrasus! Wait for it. Oh. Wait, what? What the fuck? How did that happen? I have to rewatch that one. That was weird. They might have already been plagued, or they got plagued by a defiler, so that's a little bit harder to figure out. Oh no, why would you Dark Swarm there? Idiot. Anyway, I was about to tell Ike something that the AI was occasionally doing, I just don't remember what it was. Nice group talent. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is it was probably the case. The Defiler cast it just at the perfect time to make me feel like the Marines just passively went over there. Nice hallucination. This fucking Marine is like, What is going on over here? Oh, fuck! Well, if that was another Dragoon in there, maybe that would have been epic, but unfortunately you're fucked. Bye. It's slowly fucking tentacled to death. I'm looking for any other skirmishes or sorties. Don't see anything yet. These units are surrounded by starports, but they're requesting dropships elsewhere. I have merged with a Reaper. Oh, there we go. Looks like the Terrans disincentivized the Zerg to bring their overlords or something. I don't know what happened there. Yeah. Something is exploding. What a mess. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the constant spinning of units is related to the AI saying, "Oh, we need to defend every now." Like we need to make sure we have enough defenders every now and then. Like it kicks in at the worst possible times. Ooh, psionic. You. This AI is almost fully upgraded. I should try adding commands to queue the later tiers, see what happens. I don't think I've ever seen it work, but maybe with the queue command it will. Well, Teal is definitely at a disadvantage considering they're on 2 bases, but they have been getting some work done. I think they're just biding their time until they get wiped the fuck out. Purple is... He's got autism, so I don't think he'll be able to wake up from this. Oh, another stack. Ah. Epic. No, it's free for all. Yeah, there's 5 players. See, irradiate's happening. SCV, fist bumping. Dude, tanky ass dropships. Yeah, so looks like that'll be it for our good pal Teal. He's out of here. Well, I've said that before. He might just go into overdrive with all of his fucking larvae now. I still see a fair bit of idle larva though. I don't know if he has the money. And after this, he might not have the money. Oh shit! Hi. Okay, bye. I like how they all turned around unceremoniously. Oh, fuck that. Single rave. I can't believe Purple's actually, like, killing an enemy. He does not deserve to be the one who delivers a killing blow after his fucking starport hopscotch and command center spin. Hey, he finally landed the command center at least. Holy moly. Except it was not for good cause. It's not even like that was unbuildable because they put the starport exactly in the same spot and then plopped an add-on down. I don't know why they decided that was a good idea. That might actually be related to the changes that Ichor made. But I don't think so. Just, yeah. Adrenaline packs are hopefully helping these guys. Ah, storm. Chase down that Templar. Bye. Bye. Meanwhile, billion dead Zerglings. Hi. How are you? Purple is having a good time over here, man. Dude, I can't believe that the shields are that effective. Like he's supposed to be dealing quite a bit of damage here. But, oh, well, here comes Blue to finish the job he started at the beginning of the game. So there's that at least. I love that he waddles his units through there. Locked. Oh, what's up, Maniacal folks? How are you? That blue flash over the infantry is anytime a infantry unit is healed, there's a certain upgrade that once you get it, anytime an infantry unit is healed to full HP, they get +2 armor for 2 seconds. Pretty sure is the stats. So the first flash is them receiving the buff, and the second flash is it expiring. I guess I should probably have the graphic play a different color, like a darker color when it's expiring or something for more readability. It's obviously a very it's not a very long-lasting buff, but you can time it pretty well just by stim packing. Obviously, the medics are pretty adept at healing after that. So, looks like our old buddy Teal has been put out to pasture. Meanwhile, there's a billion orange hydralisks stuck in the middle of Purple's base area. Red has both islands, but he's not actually expanding here. He's got a huge army of infantry that are sitting in the corner waiting for dropships. An army of SCVs waiting for dropships. He probably can't do anything about them because of all the Hydras and because of the positioning of Orange's base. Yeah, Blue and Purple are actually... They were just doing battle in the middle of... Teal's area. They want the resources. So the resources regenerate in Hydra. Fairly common knowledge, I suppose, but pretty vital. Allows... they never expire and they do regenerate. And it basically allows for... maps to nice stacking with it. It allows for the maps to feel like resource areas are a permanent asset that you always want to fight over, and I think it also provides more reasonable comebacks. Orange might be it might be Zerg genocide right now. Teal's still being wiped out. Technically, still alive, but will be dead soon. Meanwhile, a giant amount of Dragoons and a couple of Reavers are mopping up Orange. And Orange's army was just suiciding against Red. Still a pretty good blow against him by killing that base, but then lost all of his units. Zerg have... So the Overmind Cocoon is just a placeholder graphic for the Lurker Den. So much like the Greater Spire unlocking Guardians, there's now a Lurker Den and a Basilisk Den, and you have to upgrade your Hydralisk Den into it. I got to we come back to this beautiful scene. Love it. Do you like some Reavers? I'm glad that there's just a million spinning mech units. Eventually we'll improve the AI build layout, but, you know, until then. These Azazels are spellcasters. They are probably out of energy. They are supposed to cast Defensive Matrix. They're like a support spellcaster. Their other spell isn't in the game yet, but it will basically create a cloud cover underneath the unit. So underneath it, they will create this cover that I think it adds like +1 armor, but it can stack. So you can have like 5 Azazels giving +5 armor, but it's a small area of effect, so you have to be positioning pretty well there. That's not in the game yet, but it will be. Well, somehow Teal outlasted the Orange AI on a technicality. So now we'll see who reigns supreme. My money is still on the Protoss. I don't really have a justifiable reason for that, because the Protoss actually are not mining from any base that has actual money. But their units are pretty strong. And the Terrans, while they're technically mining from bases that have money, they are mining in such an asinine, stupid fashion that I feel like even, like, just looking at the standing armies, the Protoss would definitely win. Just looking at those, so. We'll see where they go. We'll see what happens after all this. Nice Nexus. Do I even want to know what base this is supposed to be? I think they're trying to expand over here. But they didn't wait for the fucking creep turret suit. Classic move. So yeah, I'm betting on the Protoss. That being said, there's still a lot of units just in bizarre scattered positions. But now that the Zerg are out of the way, I guess this opens up the opportunity for Red to actually transfer his units around once he gets more dropships. So I'm expecting those to come out at some point. But it could also be that I haven't checked the AI's money. It could be that they're actually out of gas. I mean, they never finished this refinery apparently, or maybe it just got attacked or something while I wasn't paying attention. But if they don't have that much gas, that means they will not have that many transports, generally speaking. And amongst other things. Meanwhile, this gas is being taken now. We do have a distance mining happening over here as well. The Protoss are thirsty for some expansions. So of course, Purple is more than happy to harass this stupid Nexus. Honestly, if this Nexus goes down, it would actually be a boon to the AI because they could build a Nexus there. But, well, now, not anymore, they can't. So if the Nexus and Photon Cannon goes down, then you'll see some competence. But meanwhile, we just have dead fucking Dragoons everywhere. Pretty large force from Purple coming in here. maybe this base will fall and be rebuilt in a more intelligent manner after all. All these Dragoons sitting here doing nothing, of course. They don't have a max force value, so they should be defending with everything that they feel like defending with. So I don't know why they don't feel like defending with everything. Last of the overlords are getting mopped up. I have not yet seen a stupid position for a command center over here, surprisingly. Purple's probably going to end up taking this. If this hatchery was dead, this would be a fine place to build. But yeah, it's just that their programming has really stupid ideas of what to do in most cases. So there's nothing in the AI script that tells them, hey, we should probably, you know, wait for creep to recede. There's no function for that yet. That is something that we do want to add, obviously, but another thing about all of this anyway, though, is the fact that what you're seeing right here is just the product of a few days. I mean, technically I wrote the scripts across a week, but it really took shape after testing, and we have only been testing for a few days. During that amount of time, we've seen a pretty stark increase in how strong or competent or whatever the AI actually is. I mean, I guess in this case I'm finding another problem with the Terran AI being very dumb in that sense. Okay. I don't know what happened there. But, yeah, I think Red's dead. But, yeah, I think that there's been some pretty significant improvements over time. Oh, they lifted the command center off like a fucking lunatic. Yeah, that seems to be a consistent issue, actually. Well, with Red pretty much dealt with at this point. Why does he not build drop? Oh, he has a dropship. Epic. Now all he needs to do is ferry these units 1 by 8 by 8. What a mess. Oh yeah, good idea. Aha. Gotta distance mine this myself. They stole a ghost. What that was, looks like a feedback. We probably have to develop a set of code at some point for the Protoss AI that will basically tell them to manage the make use of units that they've mind controlled, but in an intelligent way. What the fuck? Got 4 probes and their fucking shepherd here. Well, now it's 3. Aha. Needed more gas. Just a fucking straight line of Marines. Love that. All right, let's try it again, boys. Oh, this time it's going to be a straight line of SCVs. Even better. What the fuck? Oh. He's learning! Okay. He used to lock down against his own unit. How embarrassing. I love this D-Matrix Goliath running away while a bunch of other units are dying in its wake. This is rude. Can't do that. Alright, well, it's pretty safe to say that red is out of the picture here. Hopefully Icor will be able to fix that add-on issue. Brutal. Oh. Well, boys, you're beached again. There's a perfectly good base right here. They refuse to take it because they're silly. Silly boys and girls. I should probably finally fix the basilisk size. I don't even know what happened there. Oh. Yeah, it's the same. What the fuck? I got a panic trying to spawn a unit. That's pretty epic. Wasn't expecting that. Okay. Let's try... What can we do with the AI currently? I think I already messed around with some of the stuff related to the Zerg, but I don't really remember what it was. Oh, it was adding a weight in the under attack block. And then I think I was increasing the amount of time that the defense stuff stayed on. So we can try that as a blanket improvement. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to do was something that Kian mentioned was the tech structures seem unnecessary, which I can agree with. Like, they seem like they should also wait. So instead of call defense low, let's say call wait upgrade def. And same thing for academy and for armory. Science facility. We know that the other races don't seem to have problems building units just for the sake of having defensive units. I don't know if that's... Like, I actually don't know what the limitation is of that. I don't even know how to access... I always access this menu somehow. I'm not sure how I do it. So, Evo we can do. Oh yeah, I just realized. All right, have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. See you next time. You know the drill. You as well. Stay safe. So we don't want the evolution chamber so early, which makes sense. Just... The thing is, for general stuff, you probably would get an evolution chamber, but you would wait until you have, I'd say, like 16 rooms or something. I think that's fine. Well, I'm pretty terrible at Zerg. I usually go for a fast expansion into spawning pool, into either Hydra Den or Lair for Spire. I mean, it really depends on what kind of build order I feel like doing at the time. But that's one of the other things, though, that I'll probably end up doing is writing down these build orders. Just trying them out and seeing what happens. But I can agree with the idea that maybe there should be more of a those. But yeah, we should what I was just thinking now though was like probably should be some. I mean, for one, I should test out these build orders myself to see if there's anything I would change about them for my own sake, or if they're even viable or whatever. But I can agree with the idea that maybe they should throw down some earlier defensive structures. I guess that would be the main red. Like the random town gets the sunken colony requests immediately. In this case, we wait for spawning pool before the main town does it, and then an evolution chamber before the spore colony requests kick in. And they generally get 3 sunkens, 2 spores for a total of 5 creep colonies. That being said, I could probably explicitly tell them to build sunkens instead of basing it in that way, but there. So that should improve the spellcasting of Comstat stations so they don't do as much stupid shit. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I'm not even sure if I actually imported the latest script files. So double check that. And we'll go for one of these anyway. This is a TVP or TP versus TP. You know what I mean? We got one gateway going. These guys have more than enough. Oh, there we go. No, they got it because of an attack. That's dumb. I don't actually mind the early aggression in theory, but, you know, it's scouting out your opponent or whatever in melee, but it does seem pretty dangerous in cases where you're not dealing with this stuff. After this, we'll mess around with the oh shit, 3 Marines! Is it enough? No. Because there was no micro involved. As usual. Aha! The Ahmed. Oh, that sucks. Uh-oh. Team game, motherfucker. Oh shit. Dude, he's griefing. I do like that the purple player, meanwhile, is not really doing much at all right now. The steel player is really trying to keep the pressure on. I guess purple's expanding, dude. He's doing the macro. +1 is there for both Protoss. +1 armor for the Terran infantry. On red, anyway. I see 0 combat units. Oh, there's one. Ah, fast extra expansion. Yeah, if the AI were actually building combat units more often, we would see probably slower expansions because of that. I'm going to try the guard all opcode. Let's see where that takes us. Well, I'm pretty much the only one who does it this way anyway, so. But yeah, I'm trying to encourage more people to do it. How do you say your name? Is it Softman? And your last name is Malden? Pretty epic. Welcome. Try that. I don't actually know for sure if that's going to result in more or less in the form of units being built. Got a double racks over here. And anything that I take away from a single test really can't necessarily be extrapolated into something more impressive. We do have something happening over here. It is because they haven't attacked though, so I can't really... Gotta take it with a grain of salt. Oh, maybe that's an I? I thought it was an L. But I will call you Sophia. How you doing? We do have a double gateway coming out over here, and that's fine. Yeah, this looks like it's might be the mech personality over here. Aha! Hi. Now, in a real game, you would probably just avoid. You'd try to, like, bypass it or whatever. You'd try to pull back a little bit. Maybe sidestep the unit so that you could see what else is going on. AI are a little more barbaric than that. So. Eventually we'll have like actual scouting behaviors associated with the AI, and we'll see what comes of that. There's a lot of eventuallys, though, with AI design. A lot of eventuallys. I do see more idle units, though, so that's promising. See what turns out, what comes of that. I guess this is the air personality. I didn't even really take a look at that base before now. Uh-oh. The 4 Zealots of the Apocalypse. And all you have is Dragoons. Oh, oh shit. I guess that was the weakest one. If only you guys focus the same unit. Epic. Oh. I thought they vanished. I was really confused. Now, if this is a Dragoon and it turns into a photon cannon, I will laugh and laugh and laugh. Things do not look very good here for our blue Protoss friend. Spread his damage out on a bunch of different units. He's not using his workers because the AI doesn't know how to use workers. Well, even the AI couldn't use it before. I just changed. I worked around the issue. It's not actually resolved per se, but yeah, it does behave as intended now. Oh, check out my range. Dude, this is. I have had such shit fucking luck with every single song in this mix. Where it's either been psychotic like that, or it's just been a really annoying vocals. Just can't win. Alright, we're getting somewhere here. It looks like he's managed to fight off his attackers now. Just barely. Came away with the W there. Crucially, he does have an expansion up, so he'll be able to repopulate his probes faster than an opponent might be able to. I guess I need to... Hold on. I need to get rid of these again. Hopefully, I don't have to. Do too much there. Any luck? Things are going okay. Good to know that Terran infantry. What do you do? So it looks like Terran infantry can actually get through here. Nice stacking. Teal once again continuing the bullying. Pretty sizable army over here, even though they're really late on upgrades by comparison, I bet. Oh wait, actually they all don't really have upgrades. Maybe they're about to finish the timing or something. This is probably the... I just now realized, holy fuck, we have another stupid thing. Is it really so hard? What the fuck? What is this? Get out of here. Microsoft advertising itself. We have 2 expansions going down, one of which was interrupted. I think that SCV is going to take care of that. Hi. I'm actually seeing pretty poor results from the upgrades in general. I suppose that's what I get for delaying them all based on whatever I was talking about earlier, whether they're under attack or not. But I don't think teal or purple were really ever under attack, so I don't know what's up with their upgrades by comparison. Looks like they just finished them. Maybe I was overestimating how far-reaching those consequences ended up being. Because now I'm clicking on units and they all have upgrades. Hi. Now this is Blue's idea of a retaliation. This is Red's idea of expanding in a safe location. Nice scanner suite, by the way. I don't know if Teal can hold this one off. His men are out of position. Classic. His Nexus is also out of position, but we won't talk about that. Oh, he's got a Dark Templar. Oh, a Defense Matrix Dark Templar. Who even cast the... Oh. So that's still happening. Is there an observer on there? Is there a scanner suite, perhaps? No, this player only has nukes. So that's why. Dude, that one Dark Templar might save the whole day. There's not a single robotics facility. Oh. Vicious. Wraith Armada. Ugh. Meanwhile. I don't know what has happened, but it's something very silly. We got a ghost. We got a nuke. Wonder what will happen. Ah, shit. Maybe I should have built a missile turret. No, not the Dragoon. Oh. And then the observer walks away. Or that's going to turn him. That is also rude. How disastrous. Will we see an expansion to this area anytime soon? Not sure about that. I'm not seeing much of anything right now. I'll tell you that. Oh, we do have a million rates over here, though. I got a nice little repair depot over here. Okay, there we go. I was going to say if. Yes, if we ever fuck some. Beautiful. Nice bunker placement. Scouting with medics again. Classic. Oh. How ridiculous. There we go. We bought an observer, boys. Oh. It's flying away. Oh, there we go. Do they have a scanner? Holy shit! They built the scanner suite. And you can tell I've been focused on my work because I hadn't even opened up Firefox once. Not used to that. Nice bunkers. This base has not paid its for itself yet. He has not mined any fucking minerals. Aha. Now everything will be fine. Classic move. Hi. What a mess. Oh, we got scouts and a carrier. I thought that was actually Teal's carrier for a second. That confused me. That's very same Dark Templar. Still kicking. Meanwhile, this base is lost. Nice battle cruiser. See you, nerd. Well, I guess that's it for that base. There we go. Getting some more barracks up and running. Love it. Love to see it. Love to see a floating barracks. Love to see a stacked supply depot. I just love to see it all. Oh, fuck. Check out my sortie. Dude, they got moves. They got 3 weapon upgrades. Things are going pretty nifty over here. Aha. They decided that that's their base. Well, the Wraiths will make short work of the scouts and carriers, so hopefully the Terran Bio are there to back them up. So the Bio will deal full damage to Wraiths. Explosive attacks from the scouts, on the other hand, just gonna bounce off the Wraiths like nothing. Hi. This is an advanced strategy here. This wall. Hi. How are you? Holy shit. That did not end very well. Holy shit. Well, I think we have a clear favorite for who's winning this match. Yeah, fuck those med bays. Oh, he's taking his base again. You sly dog, you snuck an expansion. Oh, never mind, I found it. It says it. Why doesn't he just take his natural? I just realized he never took that. There was no taking of the blue natural either. Or the teal natural. Oh, the teal natural was taken. It was just bopped at some point. Hi, how are you? Do we have any spinning cybernetics cores? I see 1. Oh, 2. Okay. All is right with the world. As many spinners as possible, please. Ah, as many barracks lifted off as possible, please. Oh, shit. Dude, they've got 5 barracks that are lifted? Hold on. 1, 2, just 4. But also a starport that's lifted. What a mess. What's up, Connor? How you been, man? Hope things are well. Well, outside of the lifted structures, that's just ends up being lunacy. I think things are okay with these guys. I'd be interested to see how this performs if it's Zerg Protoss versus Zerg Protoss instead of having Terrans. Yeah, things are going pretty well. This is the melee AI I'm testing out right now. And we've been making some pretty good progress on updating them and getting them up to snuff. Terrans here, for now, we'll just delete. Their onset stuff because they were wasting it earlier. Not that it matters too much when you have this number of Pokemon. Yes, my measly 1 attack upgrade battlecruiser will hold up against all of these fully upgraded raids. Oh dear. Okay, that was another thing I wanted to do for the Terrans, was take a look at upgrade arms with a weapon. For the ship stuff, it did not seem like they ever really worked. It wasn't really that visible in this case because they don't have. I don't think they have a factory. They have, oh, they have 2 factories actually, but I don't see a single mech unit on the map right now. It's all air and bio for these guys. So, that's fine. No vehicle weapon for the bio, though. That's weird. Look at that. Should help. Not that they really need it. I mean, the red needs help for sure. There has to be some assistance going on here. Oh dear. Oh. Modding has been treating me well. Like I said earlier, we got some melee AI. Whew. Excuse me. Been messing around with melee map design as well. A lot of updates, a lot of stuff happening. But the idea was that the melee AI scripts that I've been working on were they were basically going to serve as skeletons or like baselines for all future AI. So I would take, say, you remember Scarlet, the air-focused Terran in the first Zerg mission, and throughout the Terran campaign, Scarlet is there as well. So Scarlet is basically going to be, if I open up the map that I'm talking about here, it might be helpful to illustrate it. So Scarlet's the one in the top over here. So in the first Zerg mission, as an example, you would see Scarlet use, like, I would basically write personality that's meant to fit Scarlet. So it would be somewhat similar to the air personality you saw, except they would probably be a little bit more, like, even less mech focused. They would probably almost always rely entirely on, like they would be a bit more aggressive with the early game wraiths, and they would probably try to do more scouting and dropping bio units and stuff like that. They'd be more of like it's like the same amount of ship focus, but even more bio focus as well, especially in the early game and then like dropping in the mid game and stuff. So their playstyle is similar enough that I can use the air personality from the melee script as a baseline and then modify it to wherever I want it to tweak it more towards my vision of what Scarlet's AI is going to look like. The mech personality would be a basis for the Sienna Brown Terrans. The Protoss mech personality would be a basis for the Ultramarine Protoss. The Swarm and the Connor personality. The Connor personality is the Hydra personality, so that would be for the backline Zerg over here, and then the front line would be Swarm. So I would basically take all of these personalities, I'd modify them further to fit the individual colors, the individual AI characters, or whatever you would say there. And after that, I would take that script. So say I have my Scarlet script, and it's based off of the Terran Air build. So I have my Scarlet script. Now I'm going to take that script, make a copy of it, and edit it so that it has specific base layouts and expansions and attack coordinates and early game plans that are specific to this map. So I don't have to rewrite the attacks. I don't have to rewrite the build threads or the personalities. Like, if I'm editing any of that stuff, it's very limited in how much editing is going on. And most of the script is already done before I even have the map itself done, because I already have most of the functionality there. That's the idea. And so I should be able to get it down to the point where it actually only takes like maybe an hour or two to fully make an AI. And if you extrapolate that across like every map has around like 5 or 6 AI. That means once the map itself is done, which probably takes, you know, a couple days of work, at least for like a testable first draft, then after that it would probably be like 1 or 2 more days of work because of the mod stream lengths to get, you know, AI fully set up. And ideally I'll get it down to be able to just do all of the AI in one fell swoop, like in one stream's worth of content would be just working on all the AI. So it'll be a pretty big boon to the efficiency, like a pretty big improvement there. And that's what I'm looking forward to the most. So I gotta use the bathroom because I drank too much of it. So I'll be right back, and then we'll be doing another test of the AI to see if we can get them to be a little bit more intelligent with their. A little bit more intelligent with their command centers. See what happens. BRB. I'm back. Yeah, the AI is playable. Oh wait, I was supposed to try something in librs here. All right. There we go. But yeah, you could play against a version. I haven't uploaded this latest version just because I'm still testing out some changes. Most notably, we're trying to figure out what has what's still bugged about the way that the AI build. There's some issue with the way that the AI are building their structures. That is left us with the like that's where you occasionally will see AI stack stuff. And that's obviously not good, so. Sometimes it takes a few tries for Firegraph to open this EXE. Nobody knows why. Beyond the fact that it's a poorly coded piece of shit. So now we're testing with an older configuration. We're going to see what we see for... I'm just going to fast forward through a lot of this because it's not really super important for me to look at the way that the AI is doing their thing. I mean, in this particular case, I would say it looks like the AI is a little overly aggressive with their way that they're putting down their colonies, but whatever. At least they have those colonies now. They do have some Zerglings as well. It's just that for whatever reason they're not actually defending or doing anything. So impressive in some respects, the fact that they actually have defenders, because they were not really building. They were not populating their base with defenders before. Unless they had to attack, then they would train units. But they weren't. They just flat out weren't training units before. Oof. Now we see the bio play at play. Nice command center placement. Love it. TL have Eric design AI? No. The AI will always stop at 3 Sunkens and 2 Spores per base. So obviously the way that I've designed the AI, I could differentiate it so that one AI favors more Sunkens than the default of 3. Just the same way that I could make it so that one AI favors more cannons or something. Yeah, I mean, they always did that. That was always part of their script from the first version of the Hydra Zerg melee AI. It's just that they were not as great at actually following through with it. In this case, I'm actually wondering why they took so long to expand, though. That might be a different bug than what was initially expected. I love the Ahmeds in the bunker attacking a Dragoon. I think they're just barely out of range to actually attack it. So, there you go. Love the double engineering bay. This base looks pretty well set up, actually. I mean, I would like a bit more space between the nuke silo and the depot, but just looking at this right now, it actually doesn't feel that bad. All right, so here's the moment of truth. This command center, when it gets to the point where it's building an add-on, before, with the newer configuration that we just put together before the start of the stream, this command center would fail to build the add-on and instead would lift off and move halfway across the map. And this is something that was very reproducible with this particular map. And so what I'm waiting to see here is if it does that again. We changed the configuration to go back to the old one. So the old one didn't have this issue as far as I understand. It still has this issue. I don't know how to fucking fix that. You can actually put a command center there. Or a town hall there. But, nice observer. Nice bunkers. Consecrate's the jungle map. The one that we played on Fraud Night at some point. I don't know why AI-controlled basilisks have no collision. That's really weird. Never seen that before. Hi, don't mind our queens. We're just here to give you some kisses occasionally. I'm still not seeing an add-on yet, so I'll keep fast-forwarding. This personality might not actually build that many add-ons at the command center for whatever reason, but I am notably not seeing, oh, this song sucks. I have skipped this exact song earlier today in this playlist. Like, just today on stream. So I don't know why the fuck that came back. Hi. We heard you like broodlings. Oh, okay. So the add-on seems to be working fine over here. And there's just, in general, less lifted Terran structures. Hi. Just wanted to parasite you. Oh! Mmm! Oh, cummed. Oh! Oh! Oof. I love the AIDS being spread by the fucking bricklings just everywhere. Very happy with it. Oh shit, we got a nuke. Oh shit, nuke my forge. Which ramp were you talking about, Ultralisks? Just out of curiosity. This could be big. Oh, never mind. He borrowed it on the photon cannon instead, like no. Ah, spin. I guess that photon cannon gave up on life. Just laughing to himself. I'm actually impressed Orange has any army at all. Seems to have been beaten into submission by the Terrans. Yeah, that's exactly where I want to put my next. They just refuse to build it over here. You can. You know, it's possible. There's room. He builds a structure above his expansion. Upper left starting location. Yeah, so that's another thing that seems really weird about this AI. I think it's just the fact that they build so many structures. Holy firebat, dude. Dude, this AI loves fire bats. I hope they have the full damage against buildings. I want to see that in action. Oh, baby, they have it. Look at that damage from one fire bat. See ya, nerd. Nice gateway, idiot. I did that to Balathal on Fraud Night. I just suicided Ahmed's into his base and killed killed his Nexus, like 6 photon cannons. He's nuking himself. Plastic. It's okay, he only killed 2 Marines. I'm not sure if that was actually. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be because he didn't have that many units by comparison. Well, all the AIs are still alive, which was not the case the last few tests. Because of the nature of the AIs, the fact that they randomize through a few different personalities, you can't ever really be sure that one test is indicative of overall performance. But that's okay. Okay, bye. It's okay, eventually we'll weed out all of the shitty albums. Like, when the vocals are kind of in the background like this, I don't mind them nearly as much. I really don't even mind if they're, like, harsh vocals or something like that. Sometimes they're just annoying. Okay. So I feel like our AI in general is in a fairly okay spot right now. I'll let Icor know about the performance of some of the other stuff. So yeah, feel pretty good about that. Just a whole fucking host of these. It's like 50 megabytes of that. So, what will we do now? That is the question. I'm not sure, to be honest. I didn't expect to jump straight into AI. That seemed to work out okay. Obviously, I didn't really. It's been 2.5 hours of debugging, but I guess I'll first upload this mega file, this exe. Throw these files in as well so that people have an opportunity to decide if they want to watch the AI for whatever reason. You can play them in Melee, but I can update them to be computer enemies. Actually, that is one change I wanted to try out. Was three, four, five. What's up, Bill? Welcome. What's for breakfast? Really sad. What happened? Oh shit. There's a premonition. Oh, I have to do air as well. Did you just say socialism was for breakfast? Ah. Yeah, that's a complex situation for sure. Hard to know what you can even do when there's no, like, nothing to go off of or whatever. Well, maybe there's a reasonable explanation, but certainly is pretty shitty when communication just cuts off entirely. Imagine. I saw these Mapcraft maps you made, but you haven't made any more. Imagine. It's not you. It's Mapcraft. That's like the exact kind of simulation stupidity that could happen in theory. Yeah, I mean, if it seems like it came out of nowhere, there's probably just it's probably not like a deliberate thing as much as it is like literally who knows. You know what I mean? So I'd just say keep an eye out, see what's up, and once you can resolve the situation, like once you do find out whatever it is, you know, that's when you guys can have a talk about it. Hey, maybe don't do that. Don't just fall off the face of the earth. That's right, you were upset. Yeah, there you go. I mean, maybe there's something going on where she's just overwhelmed with something. It's really hard to know without any actual information, so you basically just have to rely on the assumption that you can trust that it's not deliberate. Just gonna leave that running for a little while. Wait to see if we get tier 4 upgrades and anything. It's definitely not in that. I don't see any upgrades. Oh yeah, way before the timing you would expect. Terran Margoon, by the way. Trying to see what. Okay, this looks like the air personality. Yeah, you'll notice that the AI is actually moving units to guard its territories more frequently now. Oh yeah, I forgot to kill these. Whatever. It's fine. It'll delay the game long enough. Might see some more upgrades anyway. But yeah, you'll notice that the AI is doing that more frequently now. So. I want to see I love this alliance to try to take this expansion in enemy territory, even though it's perfectly good expansion right here, perfectly good expansion right there. Hey, at least they took their natural now. They didn't do that last time. Oh, burning structure that will just get abandoned because XD. Why does that always happen? Seems really weird. Alright, let's take a look at our upgrades. Still nothing substantial. Nothing at 3 yet. Very important that we receive the 3. Didn't even send me 3 XDs. Disappointed. Don't be fooled by this 4. It's actually 2 plus 2. Nice battlecruiser. And then Mutas doesn't comes in and XDs me 3 separate times. Do you like the spin? We got some 3s. We got a nuke. Oh, I thought he was nuking the middle of the map. That would have been genius. Holy fuck! Don't nuke yourself. Oh. Oh, that's actually not a bad nuke. Could have been better. We blew up some SUVs. So. Meanwhile, utter fucking devastation. Bye. What a disaster. Hi. Ah! Nice legion of wraiths. Check out my wraiths. Check them out. Immediately. I really want to see tier 4 upgrades. I don't know if one of the players that might actually do it is getting annihilated. I see idle forges. Only idle forges. I think there's some weird limitation with the AI where they just absolutely cannot process upgrade requests of higher than 3. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. Let's take a look. Yeah, I do see an armory spinning, but it could be vehicle. Well, as you can see, the AI is somewhat competent here. I think they need to survive the early game before they can really do much. It looks like the AI fell over, the opposing AI team fell over. I don't actually think that's the case. I think we probably missed a lot of crucial context. But certainly is the case that there's a large number of men, large number of expansions I have failed to achieve victory. Alright, so get rid of that. Yeah, it looks like the it's just not possible. I was gonna say I definitely saved, definitely added the files. Dang. What a weird thing to hardcode if it is in fact hardcode. I'll make another make another run here and just leave it on in the background. So looking at the first Terran mission, I'm trying to consider what personalities I would want to jump on next. And I think, like, obviously, you would have a defensive, sort of like a hybrid between mech and bio defensive playstyle for Randall in the middle. And then in the bottom right, the Magistrate would be mech, and the bottom middle would be bio, Raynor. Zerg would be like, obviously Zaz is air, Gorn is... I guess Gorn would be like a mix between Swarm and a heavy spellcast use of like specifically Queens, really likes Queens. But Swarm would be like an okay starting point for them, maybe a bit more on the Connor side with a lot of Hydras, whereas Arak would be like Swarm with a deference for sunken colonies. And probably like an okay preference for Hydras as well, like, or ranged units in general. I think the Swarm personality would be more likely to use, or like the Arak personality would be more likely to jump to Lurkers, while the Gorn personality would be more likely to stick with Basilisks for a longer period of time before getting Lurkers eventually. What do we got here? We have a lot of spinners. Oh, we do have 4. Holy shit. We got it. We got 4, guys. Yes! Epic. He actually got 4. What are the Protoss doing this whole time? Are they getting bullied by the looks of things? Oh, that's mean. I think that's relocators, judging by the looks of things. Yeah, he's got relocators, so his scarabs are get the air status. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean that. Can I sneak through here? No. Rude. I just wanted to blow up some more. Can't believe we're finally seeing AI with 4 upgrades. That means that a 5 is coming soon. Aha! We've seen it! We've seen it all! Tier 5! Dude, at Tier 6, they double the damage output of signifiers of Hierophant. No, it's any melee map you want. Obviously, results may vary, as you can see, when the AI is using shit like this. The stupid shit can happen. Nope. Okay. Whatever. It's fine. No problem. Holy moly. Well, you know what that means. You'll no longer be able to use this tier, the upgraded, like higher tier upgrade stuff. You can't use that to prank the AI anymore. Holy shit, they've got tier 6. So yeah, I'll add code for them to go all the way up to tier 10. It is a little annoying. We don't have the ability to just do what we do with add build. We can't do like add upgrade, which is what we would want to do in this case. So yeah, Connor, if you want to jump into an AI game against these people, it's the same way that you would play the stock AI on a regular melee map. You just go set the game mode to melee. You can also use map settings in. There'll be a few. What's it called? I'll basically have like campaign maps where you'll be able to play as them. You just go into, you have to make it in a multiplayer game instead of a single player game, and leave all the slots open that you're in the actual forces. Just close the observer slots and pick your spot the same way that you would in a PvP game, and leave all the other slots open, and you'll be good. I am still very on the fence about increasing the number of upgrades you can get to such a high level. It feels right, it feels intuitive, but I also know that Starcraft's balance is very precarious, right? And when you start getting more than that number of upgrades, pretty rough. Like, units just stop behaving the same way that they used to. Which I guess happens anyway in the default game. Like, workers do not scale whatsoever, right? In the early game, they can be pretty fierce. They can be used really well. But then once you get, like, a couple armor upgrades on your Marines, you don't no longer have to fear a drone drill as much. The max, you can go up to 10 upgrades. It does take quite a long time to get anywhere close to that, though. I think the most I've ever seen in an actual game is 6. And by then, the game's usually end. But even that is still double what you would expect, right? And because it takes so long and it's so expensive in resources as well, when you see an enemy's production structure, you're like, I gotta kill, or an upgrade structure rather, and it's working, and they already have 3 upgrades or whatever. You're like, oh, I can have, you know, I can really do a number on him by killing that and setting him back. So there's counterplay to it, but I'm also aware that it's a pretty massive change. Well, let me pop this new version where the AI also gets that many upgrades in there, and then I'm going to if you don't want to have to pick your, I mean, rather if you want to be able to play it in single player so that there's no latency, and you want to just play like a current facsimile or whatever, and you don't want to have to pick your spot, I can set this up now so that everybody's a computer. So I'll do that for the first Protoss mission as well. Okay. So that's in. That's the first Protoss mission and the first Terran mission should work out fine. I'll just pop in right now to test. Because I actually have not played this one yet. Looks like we got men. Man. Just ignoring the man over here. Pretty funny. Hi. Yeah, things seem to be working. We'll know for sure in a little bit. Yeah, the mischance is still in Iquare. That Marine missed a shot. The 1 in 256 chance or whatever it is. Something else is still tripping it. Yeah, that would be awesome to get done next. The AI attack move thing. But it's up to you. Whatever you think is best. Weird that we don't see an expansion out of this guy. Oh. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. I'll get rid of those for now. That means he probably didn't expand anywhere close. That's orange. Okay. Alright, I'm updating the Terran map because the Zerg AI were cucked by random shit. So that's fixed. Yeah, it's just not a good look, generally speaking. So I think it's fine to fix it. So it definitely breaks immersion or whatever. It goes against the rules of the game. But it also... It can harm the AI. It can harm the AI's enemies. It's just not something that it's like an edge case we really shouldn't bother with. Iquare, is there a way to make it so that A's log gets rewritten or overwritten if it's too large? Like it just wipes all data after it exceeds a certain amount? I guess that's not a super safe way to do it, but I would hate for people to Mongol, not read the README, not read anything, and be like, wonder what this A's.log file is, and then not notice that it has ballooned to be 2 gigabytes or whatever. I wonder if there should be some sanity check, though. I think Starcraft itself hard crashes or closes when it exceeds, like, I think it's 2 gigabytes of RAM or something. It might be 4. Yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I just know that most programs will have some sort of sanity check for the AI. I mean, no, AI for the size of a debug file. And I wasn't sure if there should be anything like that. All right, so I think we're in pretty good shape at this point. We've fixed up a lot of the AI stuff as best we can for now. We have a plan that iQuare sent to me in DMs. A 3-step plan. 3. So, sooner we can get those steps taken care of, the better. I wonder if Balthaz's still around. Should probably sort the requests folder into completed or something. All right, so I'll wait for Balathal's lovely map. It'll be a nice test of my AI. I'll 1v1 the AI on a map that I've never seen, or haven't played, rather. While I wait for that, I will get a BRB, get some more water. BRB. Shit. Still don't have that now. Uh-oh. Your password to what? Oh. Can't you just drop it here? Well, drop it in the Discord server. All right, let's see how we fare in this free-for-all. I'm pretty sure free-for-all works in the context of AI games. Higher structure edges don't have a tile for ending in the same... Oh. That's okay. Just seeing what we find here. I'm a little worried about getting backdoored on this map because there's 3 entrances into my base. And you never know which one the AI will take.
You have not enough minerals.
Is it all Protoss? Do we have any diversity? I'm most scared of the Protoss AI. What's up, DF? Right, yeah.
You have not enough minerals.
Well, I could have done a top versus bottom or something in multiplayer, I guess. It is all Protoss. Oh, shit.
for combat. You have not enough medals.
They have like a reverse.
For combat.
What would you even call it? It's like a mech focus, which goes into Reaver, and then with a lot of dragoons.
My life for hire.
I just have to hope that I don't get assisted to my death.
Your warriors
Oh shit.
thus I serve. You've not enough minerals. I long for combat. But now calls. Thus I serve. Moon, honor guide me.
I think I don't know what orthogonal means. But I'm pretty sure anything that would help us with making things rotationally symmetrical a bit more accurately than what is currently possible with the Blizzard Cliffs would be useful.
My life for honor.
It would probably be really hard to make them look good, but I'm sure it would be useful. Yeah, like I've seen them in other RTS games, but if you want to take a crack at making them happen, I would be more than welcome to give you some feedback.
We are under attack. But now
Terran would have a really good time defending against these back doors. They could just put tanks above their mineral line.
your warriors have engaged strong. Thus I serve. For Hadun. I long for combat. You've not enough minerals.
Well, I killed some cannons. Yeah, artificial cliffs might be okay. Didn't think about that.
My life for hire. I long for combat.
Can't believe it's all proved. No, I have not actually thought of that. I don't even know how. I don't know. Maybe I don't fully understand what you're saying, but it doesn't seem like something that would even work. Oh, I just realized I should probably get some upgrades. Yeah, I was going to have such an upgrade advantage on me.
You have not enough minerals.
Unless I kill their...
Instructions. What now calls? What now calls? Geometry complete.
The rally point graphic doesn't seem to be loading. Oh, that's what you mean. I think I've actually done something similar, but yeah, for some reason the that is weird. Never seen that one before. No, that is not your fault. I'm pretty sure that's a regular bug. I mean, it's not your really a regular bug. It's not a garden variety bug. It's probably something that's intrinsic to the game. Because it's also happening to the units. The selection circle of the unit is not popping out the way that it used to.
You require more Vespine gas.
Reasons nobody knows.
You've got enough minerals.
And obviously it's selective. It's fine in many cases. Wonder what these guys have been up to anyway.
My life for hire.
Hi, how are you?
Very well. Upgrade complete.
You did fuck up some tiles over here, but that's easy to fix. Ghost piling? The iScript is still fucked up.
So upgrade complete.
Looks like we've claimed victory here. We'll see what happens. At least against this guy. Probably. Yeah, he's getting double teamed. He's been free for all.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
He's talking to me, Baleothal. That's something that you add to the mod. To me, my memers. And quickly, too, because we're getting fucked over here.
Warriors have engaged the enemy.
So this is going well.
Warriors have engaged the enemies. What now calls?
Gotta go finish off that guy before he comes back. Well, it's available. I haven't gotten it, and I don't think any of the other AIs have either. Really low on gas here. Or disaster. Oh fuck, they built air units.
Warriors have engaged the enemy. You require more Vespene gas.
Not the Vespene gas, anything but that.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Warriors have engaged the enemy.
Let's go fuck him up, dude. Going full gateway man here.
You must construct additional pylons.
Full pylon block here.
Warriors have engaged the enemy.
Hi. Nice base.
Warriors have engaged the enemy. Thus I serve.
Hi.
Honor guide me.
Well, clearly this guy's got a base somewhere. Stop spinning.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
I'll eliminate him.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Honor guide me. So be it.
Holy shit, they have another base somewhere. Further down. Oh shit, that was purple. It's just me and Teal now. I don't really deserve to win this game per se, but... Dude, holy shit, he really does have another base here. Oh, good. He's also under attack. I'm just gonna fucking Teal him. Get me out of here.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Awaiting instructions. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. My life for hire.
Let's see what we can accomplish here.
You require more Vespene gas.
Always Vespene gas.
My life for hire. Initiating. Under attack.
Fuck. Hey, fucko. What are you doing over here?
Vespene gas.
Oh dear. It's okay. Still picked off a lot of his bases.
Engage the enemy. Zerashkulina.
With any luck. Yeah, I think they just have units everywhere else. Remember that their army here is not the be-all end-all. Like, this isn't all that they had. Some of it got caught up attacking over here.
Warriors have engaged the enemy.
Shit. They way out upgraded me. No wonder my units are doing nothing to them. It's over. GG AI, you defeated me. That was pretty cool. I floated so much money there and really fucked up slacking with my upgrades. So I'll take it. Yeah, there was a spaciousness to it. I feel like maybe the back alley needs to be... I guess I can open that up, actually, since why not? But I would say maybe that this over here actually ends up being a little too restrictive for units to move through. Like, my Striders were getting caught up on this area a lot. So maybe push this back one tile for all players, especially like the back end. I'm sure it's even worse over here on the south side. So I would give a little bit more space, something like at least one tile, maybe even two tiles back, so that it's a bit more of a you know. I guess that also increases the defender's advantage if this area gets dropped on or something as well. And I see maybe you were going for something like you don't want the players to be able to wall this area off. I would use like find a way to. Like at some point I'll just make unbuildable structure tiles or something for the sake of showing that, so you can still have that stuff. Otherwise, there is some. I would say maybe it would be useful to make some space in some of these expansions for missile turrets. Behind the minerals. So like over here, there's not really a whole lot of space. You can easily get your workers stuck. I think this mineral only is okay, but for the sake of it being like decided upon by both players, like who's going to get that one, it feels a little underwhelming to have a mineral only at that point. I don't know if it's possible to remove part of this cliff that's in here and then thus like after moving the resources down or something, maybe then you could fit in a geyser. I think it's okay if like maybe the side bases are mineral onlys, or even if you wanted to get super crazy, you could have like I guess there's not really that much space to warrant this, but I was gonna say maybe having like a mineral. Like, I guess you could make all the side bases mineral onlys, now that I think about it. I was going to say adding another base there, but there's not enough space. And then this is still very useful areas. This is a very useful area because it allows you to circumvent the middle. And you could make both of these middle expansions double gas. I didn't really fight in the middle, so I don't have much to say about that right now. It does seem very open. Maybe you could restrict the build space a bit more and add a little bit of cover on the externalities with structure or something. But so far, it seems like, with just a few tweaks, it's a fairly, playable map, right? So, and the AI took to it fine as well. So there's that. I didn't see any weirdly placed, like beyond the little inefficiencies that the AI does by moving it one tile to the right of the gas or something. I didn't see any crazy placements there. So, not that that was like a particularly important thing anyway, but. Yeah, overall it was a pretty open map, which is nice. Like, it's nice to start out making maps that are more open, and then you kind of scale up to maps that are less open or have less build space or less movement space, because it's like you're figuring out what the limitations are, and sometimes you're gonna overextend and be like, oh well, this is actually not good because it's too far the other direction. But at least now you've had that experience. In this case, most of this map was pretty well, pretty easy to traverse. I would say that maybe the fact that the resources are right in the middle of the upper and lower little back alley areas does hurt the pathability. But when we get the fix for workers being like no longer colliding, when we add that feature for workers no longer colliding when they're harvesting or returning resources, that won't matter as much. It's just like you have to be really thoughtful of your build space, and you kind of have very little build space back there. So I don't know if that's really that big of a deal. One thing I could see happening is maybe removing the cliff back here and pulling this north-facing cliff in. And if you do that across all 4 aspects, you would unlock more build space if the player wanted to access that. You could even keep the structure cliff the way it is and just remove the dirt cliff, and that would provide sufficient build space. If somebody wanted to like drop some units back there, they could build supply depots or some tech or something, or they could lift off science facility and land it over there or something like that. It's a very subtle and niche thing, but I think it could happen, and facilitating that a little bit more by removing that cliff, I think would be fine. So. Yeah, in Free For All, I had a similar experience, although I was playing on this map instead of Consecrate. I have played Consecrate in Free For All, and usually, like the few times that I have played it, I usually get killed by like 3 AI at the same time. You can move the doodads on the side bases. You don't even necessarily need to do that. You could just like move the resources down, like away from these things, because these things serve a different purpose. These doodads that you have here stop units from being able to use this position to lay into the enemy base as much. So I actually like these. Like without these, Terran would be able to just siege up in this area. So it's really just a matter of like when this becomes, if you were to make this a mineral only, or even just reduce the value of it in some other way by maybe making the geysers depleted or something, there would be room for that elsewhere. Also, you have what appears to be I'm actually not sure how you managed to do that one. Oh, you have this placed at an offset. You were 1 tile off on the placement of this. So something like that will fix that up. I don't know if that's the same over here. No, you did it correctly there. Yeah, so you keep, I would say tweak this up a little bit. If you want to make another map that's bigger, or even, I could even use 1v1 maps, honestly. I haven't made any myself, but if you wanted to experiment with different map sizes or player amounts or whatever, I think we could definitely use more 3v3 and 4v4 maps, and we could definitely use more free-for-all maps that are meant for like somewhere between 5 to 8 players. There's definitely a lot of potential for stuff like that. So feel free to keep experimenting. You don't even necessarily have to bother working a lot on the this particular map if you feel like you want to move on instead. But even if you don't end up editing this map, just by hopefully like hearing me give you some feedback on it and then looking at it yourself as well, that will hopefully give you some understanding of like, all right, here's something to watch out for when I make my next map or something like that. So yeah, for sure. It shouldn't appear unless the controller is a computer, I think. Unless the controller is computer and they're it's like a melee map or something. Like if game mode is not, if the game mode is use map settings, the personality probably shouldn't appear at all, I feel like. Or maybe that could be like a map query thing where in map query we could add a flag that says can choose personality or something. So in melee it would default to on, but in use map settings that flag would have to be set, or you couldn't edit them at all. Yeah, no problem. Happy to assist in that sense. So I'll have that as a backup in my area if I need to take a look at any AI there. And yeah, that brings us to about the end of our stream. There's no music because I forgot to re-enable the music, so one sec. There we go. Here we are. So yeah, was pretty cool, pretty epic. Thanks to iQuare for helping me out, fix those bugs, and now we have a plan to fix the stacking for good. So I'm happy about that. Thanks to Balefell for giving me his map so I could play around with that. And yeah, we'll be out of here. We'll be back later on today with some video content. I'll upload some Brood War stuff. And we'll see what else goes down. But otherwise, I'll be back tomorrow for another stream. And if anybody has any feedback for the AI or whatever, feel free to let me know. If you've got feedback for Balefell's map, put it in the Mark Time Strategy channel. And Balefell, if you make any updates, feel free to post that in the Mark Time Strategy channel so we can take a look at it. And that's it. Bye.